If you've watched my videos on Assassin's Creed Valhalla before, you would know that Basim is my favorite character from the game. In fact, I think he should have been the protagonist of the story instead of Eivor. I mean, surely it makes more sense to play as the actual assassin, fighting the Templars and aiding the Vikings. Basim has a really interesting and unexpected role in Valhalla, and spoiler warning here in case you haven't finished the game, but it ends with Basim pretty much being resurrected in the modern day as Layla trades places with him as she helps the Raider, aka Desmond Miles. So Basim is now working with the other modern day assassins, Sean and Rebecca, and I would assume William, and it's likely they're going to work together to stop the next disaster or Templar/Abstergo scheme. That sounds like a really awesome premise for an Assassin's Creed game, and I think there's two ways they could do a Basim game like this. The first way would be a game that just takes place solely in the modern day and focuses on Basim and the assassins. Maybe Desmond and Layla come back as well. It would be really cool to see how those characters interact and work together. The other possibility, which I prefer, is that the game takes place before Valhalla, with a younger Basim becoming a hidden one and mentor and leading the assassins, while at the same time the game cuts to the modern day sections with Basim and the assassins, and by the end they'd connect. Sort of similar to the traditional Assassin's Creed format, only this time it won't be Basim going into the Animus or something like that, but rather him reliving his past through flashbacks. I think a lot of people are interested in Basim's backstory and what led him to finding Eivor and Sigurd. My favorite scene of Valhalla is when Eivor and Basim are sitting at the campfire and Basim explains how his son died and how that drove him.
You've traveled so far to carry out your duty. Is this the life of a hidden one? Always on the move?
No. Mine is not the usual path. The Creed does travel. Our ideals are universal, we believe that.
So there's nowhere you call home?
No place I call home. No.
Red.
For me, home is family. But I have no family.
No one? Not even Hytham?
Parents, brothers, all dead.
I lost my parents when I was 9 winters alone. Without Sigurd, I would have...
There is always one unbreakable bond.
Yes.
Children. They bewilder you. They can cause you so much worry. Fill you with joy. Even stop your heart. And if you're lucky, they replace you. I was not so lucky. I had a son. I miss him terribly. Even now.
Basim has a really intriguing backstory, not to mention, he's the reincarnation of the Izu Loki, and his memories and Loki's consciousness manifested in Basim shortly after he became a hidden one. Seeing how that affected and changed Basim and the awakening of Loki, again, sounds like a really cool concept to be explored. I also found it really interesting how Basim was kind and loyal to Eivor and the Raven clan, until he found out that Eivor was the reincarnation of Odin, which sent Basim/Loki into a rampage wanting vengeance for his son. But the real question and mystery to Basim is, what does he actually want? Now that he's in the modern day, what exactly is his goal or agenda? He clearly made a lot of effort to make sure he would come back eventually by sending Layla to Eivor's remains, but whether or not Basim's intentions are good or not remains to be seen. Does he want to fight for the assassins, eradicate the Templars, and help restore the world, or is he still enslaved to Loki's memories and desires? All these questions and possibilities could be explored or answered if Basim had his own game and was given a proper backstory and deeper insight to his character and motives and what separates him from Loki. How the whole Loki transformation works is also pretty confusing. Is it like a split personality, or have Basim and Loki become one, so therefore they believe in the same things? It could make for a very interesting dynamic as well, and I'm also really curious how his story connects with Desmond's and the other assassins. Not to mention, it would be really cool to play as a young Basim, training to become a master assassin and mentor in the 9th century. Let me know what you guys think about this idea and if you would play a Basim Assassin's Creed game. If you enjoyed this video, I make a lot of Assassin's Creed related content, so consider checking out some of my previous videos and consider subscribing for more in the future. Other than that, thanks for watching everybody, and have a great rest of your day, Assassins.